Hello, this is Johnny Bond. To help you understand my past, my future, and what we are attempting to do as it relates to Fair is Fair. Fair is FareisFare.club. Now, what we are going to be doing is sharing with you, as we have already done. This is part 3. We're sharing with you our life, how basically in a lot of cases your life and your destiny is shaped by what you experience at a very young age. Okay, those impressions and those things that have happened to you, that have happened to many of us, pretty much shapes our lives. Now, I had said to you after talking to you about the story of the Tasty Tavern restaurant and our encounter with what we call the Freedom Riders. I want to share with you why those persons from various northern states came down to the South to be involved with those persons who were being what we call oppressed. And we say those persons that were being oppressed, it relates mostly to low wages, low income, not appreciative of their labor. Okay, I talked to you about my being sheltered prior to having that encounter, having that experience, because my father and my grandfather, we had our own farm, we had our own land in the South there. A street was named Ferry Road. And so coming up as a kid, basically, my grandfather had a grocery store on that property. We had our own gas pump. Essentially, we were pretty much self-sustaining as a family. And not only that, but my uncles and my cousins and my grandfather's sisters and brothers, they also lived in that area on that farmland. Now, that farmland was cleared by my father and my grandfather. I think they had a situation back in that day where as much land that you could clear, you could claim as your own. And of course, my grandfather was probably born in the 1800s, probably 1895 or something like that. He died at 19. He died about 83, 84 years old. He died in 1979. But so he had accumulated his own farmland. Now, there were many families who did not have their own farmland, and they were doing what they call sharecropping. They were doing sharecropping. And I guess it's about the time that the 1964 civil rights laws passed that probably moved many of those sharecroppers to move off of their farm, move off of that farmland. And it basically would have came down to they not being treated properly and not being treated fairly. So when we talk about fair is fair, it is no new it's no new revelation. It is something that has been going on forever. So what happened with those persons who left their farms and wanted no longer to work as sharecroppers, they moved on our farmland in what they called Tent City in what we call Haywood County, Brownsville, Tennessee, was on Ferry Road. Okay, you can look that up, Google it or whatever, and you will see that that's the location, that's the place where several families had actual tents built up, sort of like an Indian teepee situation. And of course, you were fascinated as a kid. You'd be able to go there and see that, and you would be able to see them actually living on the bare ground, basically, with a tent over them. Now, we're going to be looking at the opportunity that came from that situation that started another little incident. We'll get to you in just a moment. We'll share with you why a slumbering, deep sleep saved a family, saved an entire family. We'll be with you in just a moment on that, talking about how a deep sleep saved a family. Okay? God bless you on today, but remember, FareisFare.club. F-A-I-R is I-S-F-A-R-E.club. We'll talk to you a little bit more about our past, our future, and what we are attempting to do in that organization. God bless you on today.